I gotta get the thumbnail ready. I forgot about that.
You would.
Well, give me a second.
No.
Got a whale of a tale to tell you, lads, a whale of a tale or two, about the flapping fish and the girls I've loved on nights like this with the moon above. Whale of a tale, and it's all true, I swear by my tattoo. There was Typhoon Tessie, met her off the coast of Yep, it was met her off of Madagascar. She would kiss me anytime that I would ask her. Then one day, oh, our flame of love blew out. Blow me down and pick me up. She swapped me for a trout. Got a whale of a tale to tell you, lads, a whale of a tale or two, about the flapping fish and the girls I've loved on nights like this with the moon above. Whale of a tale, and it's all true, I swear by my tattoo.
Alright, we got people rolling in.
There was
a
Mermaid
wedding reception. Got somebody who left a wedding reception.
Oh.
Hope that went well.
There was Mermaid Minnie. Met her off the coast of Java. When we kissed, I'd bubble up like molten lava. Then she gave me the scare of my young life. Blow me down and pick me up. She was the captain's wife. Got a whale of a tale to tell you, lads, a whale of a tale or two, about the flapping fish and the girls I've loved on nights like this with the moon above. Whale of a tale, and it's all true, I swear by my tattoo. Then there was Harpoon Hannah. Had a look that spelled out danger. My heart quivered when she whispered, I'm there, stranger. Bought her trinkets that sailors can't afford.
Sailors can't afford.
And when I spent my last red cent, she tossed me overboard. Got a whale of a tale to tell you, lads, a whale of a tale or two, about the flapping fish and the girls I've loved on nights like this with the moon above. Whale of a tale, and it's all true, I swear by my tattoo. Do, 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 do.
And Jedi Knight says, anyone who understands this reference gets a cookie.
Yeah, exactly. So, I guarantee most people do not know where that song is from. And I'm not telling you. Alright, just gotta pull it up here. Kill the audio. Once I have it up here, we'll be good to go.
Rough. Hope you get something good out of that overtime there, guys. Hippity hoppity, give me your taxpayer stimulus. But that song is from The Little Mermaid.
No, it is not. That is not from The Little Mermaid. As someone who has memorized every song in The Little Mermaid front to back, I can assure you that is not a Little Mermaid song. Regulator, yes, it is a Disney song. But again, I'm not telling you where it's from. Give me one more second and then we will begin. Alright, all done. There we go. I'm all set up. Tell you what, can anyone guess what movie it's from? Can anyone guess?
Treasure Planet.
I'll give y'all three guesses where it's from. It is not Treasure Planet. It is not Pocahontas. Yeah, y'all, I guarantee you will not get it. I guarantee you will not. Wait. Did Jack say it? Jack, what'd you say? Look to the east, for upon this most sacred night of Bonk, the brothers of the Raven had decided to sing from 20,000 leagues under the sea. Jack got it. It's 20,000 leagues under the sea.
He gets a cookie.
Jack got the reference. It was 20,000 leagues under the sea that I was singing. Very good. Oh, man, I'm proud of you, Jack. Very few people know that movie. Very few people have seen it.
Even fewer people have probably read the book.
Yeah, I've read the book. It was actually very good, just long. All right, well, let's do some gaming tonight, lads.
Yeah, well, over here, we might as well.
Oh, and I hope you guys like the picture of Claire on the thumbnail. Hannah drew that not too long ago. She wanted to draw an alien version of Claire, but she didn't want to go off of any stereotype or existing alien look, so she literally just came up with her own design. I think it looks really good. I call it a Zerathite. That's the name for the alien species that it is. So I'm like, I just like the design. How can an alien be a stereotype? Well, like if you picture alien in your mind, usually you'd think of something like very lanky, gray skin, very large black eyes, bald head, 3 fingers. Like many people have this like stereotype,
saucer, you know.
or little green men. You know, people always have this kind of stereotype. Ooh, this is what an alien looks like in their head. Or others will just think, oh look, the xenomorph from Alien, or the Predator, or they'll go with like a classic alien from some other thing and just say,
Spawn.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So like people automatically think like the standard alien look, but Hannah didn't want to go with that, so Hannah made her own. By the way, I've been thinking about drawing Ruth at some point. Hey man, go for it. I'd be down for that.
You have the Raven's blessing.
I love Ruth. Ruth is my favorite. So yeah. Many people say, which legend's your favorite? It's Ruth. It's still Ruth. I love all my Legend series characters, but Ruth is up there. And yes, I'm working on Nibbles.
Nibbledy bibbledy. Rant about the new Snow White teaser. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the new Snow White teaser.
I just know it's going to be bad. I just already know.
I just know it's going to be bad. Like,
let me guess. Live action, going to be girl boss. I'm quite sure. I did it. Demon Prince, 5 chosen, and 5 possessed, ready to take on my other unfinished armies. Are you painting these?
Since we just talked about Ruth, let's go Ruth to start off the night. Let's go Ruth.
Good choice.
Do you have a least favorite legend? If I have a least favorite legend, it's probably because I didn't have as much fun coming up with it. What's one that I had the least amount of fun coming up with? I really enjoyed so many of them.
The ones you haven't made yet.
Yeah, the ones I haven't made yet. Yeah, those would be it. Yeah.
Pop out? Maybe. Do we care? Also, maybe.
Raven, I dare you to sing the sound of silence by Disturbed.
We know the song.
The problem, I love the song. I would just need to have the lyrics in front of me. Ruth and Ultor? Okay, so here's the thing. People have been asking me if Ruth and Ultor are going to become a couple. I was not trying to push that in the story. I wasn't trying to push a romance. I was trying to push a friendship. But if Havoc is okay with Ultor and Ruth becoming a thing, I don't mind writing it. That's fine. Like, I don't mind writing it. He's just got to give me the green light. So y'all go over to Havoc, and you say, "Hey Havoc, would you like Ruth and Ultor to be a thing?" And see what he says. I'm not going to do it because if I do it, that's going to sound really weird.
To which he'll probably say, "What are you doing in my house?"
Haven's like, "Who are you? What are you doing in my house?"
I actually forgot that to buy or carve flesh for pale skin, so I can only do armor.
I would prefer Ruth with a samurai. Okay. That I'm not against that. Like, what kind of samurai are we looking for here? Like, why a samurai specifically? I'm just curious.
I don't know. I mean, we already have one that's getting with a samurai. Do we really want another one?
2 words, fan fiction. Ah, okay. Loopholes.
And Pidoos.
Ruth and Mayarochi Ryu would be interesting. Oh, so you want Ruth and Ryu to become a thing, huh? Oh. All right. If you want to try writing that, go for it. Oh, dear.
But don't forget, there are other ladies in the For Honor Legends repertoire, and why are there all 3 of you here? Oh, good. One's going off to do something else productive, I hope.
I'm dead.
Yeah, but the dodge shoulder bash counts as a dodge attack. No, it doesn't.
Crap. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say this for the record. They said that they gave dodge attacks to all characters. I don't count the Warden's dodge shoulder bash because it is so easy to just counter. It is so easy to counter that.
It's like I also say the Black Briar doesn't have a zone attack.
I see them as more as friends personally, though I could see Ryu and Ultor having somewhat of a rival. Ryu and Ultor are like, no, Ruth likes me more. And Ruth's like, you're...
Save it for Honor High.
For Ryu and... Like Ruth is the super popular girl, and everyone's like, we want her.
Just like Ubisoft's like, I don't know how you did it, Raven, but you turned For Honor into a show.
I don't... Like, how did we do that?
How do you do it? Yeah, I like how he just kind of looked at us for a second like, really? Quit stabbing me.
Thank you, Yorm.
Random game can go. Why does BP have a bash as a zone attack? Not that's the problem, it's just odd. I think they were just trying to make it to just be different. For the sake of being different. Also, mind if I get your Discord if you have one, Raven? I'm trying to find it, but I guess I'm looking in the wrong place. Give me a second, I'll post it in there. It's not the first time I posted the Discord link, and...
Crap! Tiandi, why didn't you stop him? Oh, it's because you were a bot, and bots never stop executions for some reason.
Oh, they'll stop mine.
Anyway,
Yeah, I'm getting the link to this.
Kensei, Ruth, and Sam. Oh, you're saying if Ruth got with a samurai, it would represent the three factions, since Ruth was born in Valkenheim, raised as a knight, and married a samurai. Yeah. Well, how would the Wulin part? Well, unless you mean just the original three. If it's just the original three, that's fine.
Alright, Discord link in chat. Who's the teacher's pet in For Honor High? Great question. Deonti. I'm gonna say Deonti. Deonti.
Deonti. It's Deonti.
It's the Deonti. He's the foreign exchange.
Ooh, caught. You caught her. Love it. We're not going to win this one, but I'm going to do my best. I'm just not good at Warden. That's the thing. I love Ruth. She'll always be my favorite.
Outside of duels, few people are good at Warden.
That's the problem. I know that they kind of gave Warden a buff, and it's okay, but it's not nearly enough. I need Warden to have more than this. Like, y'all completely revamped some characters. Give Warden, like, a testing ground level change. Like, new move sets, some new properties. Like...
Kind of like how you reworked Yorm.
See what I mean? Not even a contest. The dude can just light me out of everything.
Oh, hey, Anna. How you doing?
See what I mean? All it takes is a zone and a light, and I'm done. See, that's the thing. Like, it's not like you can, like, you need to be a top tier level to be able to use Warden effectively. And there are people like Havoc who are. I am not one of those. Warden needs something. Like, give Warden crushing counters on all sides. I can't believe you can only do it from the top. That is so bullcrap. That is so bullcrap. When we have people like Highlander who can do it from all sides, Tiandi who can do it from all sides, and people always say, okay, we can be respectful.
For Honor needs an explicitly Christian hero.
They need one, but it won't happen.
Yep.
They've made it very clear they have no desire.
As someone who had to fight a Jormungandr recently, I agree. Add a parry punish with a pommel and a stab, depending on if you press light or heavy, respectively. Yeah, just get the girls some mix-ups. Or boy, whichever you prefer to play as. We shan't judge.
Jesus. This is what we're dealing with.
Yeah. How would you write a Christian hero into the lore? Well, Bao Shen would probably be your best bet for that. Because we've done it.
You felt like Lawbringer would have been a good Christian hero. Here's the problem. They don't want to make a Christian hero because they're terrified of Christianity. Christianity scares the hell out of them. Because Christianity is a controversial religion right now in the popular world, and they don't want to draw attention to it. Like Nordic paganism, yeah, it's fine. We can do that. Samurai Shintoism, no, that's totally fine. People like that. They like the animes and stuff. Christianity, oh no, that's problematic right there. Christianity teaches stuff like the Crusades. Oh, it's a scary one.
Indeed, there's folks. And honestly, you could probably just put every single here that you write as Christian heroes, and it would still fit if you write it well enough. Yeah.
Valkyrie down.
We got a Valkyrie down. I think I got the distinction again. Hey, no problem, Jacko. Sacrificing people to pagan gods? Cool. I'm sorry, but the human sacrifice will stop. I would like one where he uses a stab move. Don't get me wrong, I'm fine with slashing, but stabbing moves can also be sick. I wish they'd use the sword like that as well.
Well, I think that my big problem is they basically made him somewhat of a swordsman, but he's really a shoulder basher, and that's my big thing. I hate that shoulder bashing is his only way to open up. Like, shoulder bashing is his only way to open an enemy up, and I think that's ridiculous.
Yep, not to mention it's like, oh, what's he gonna do? Good old shoulder bash.
Yep, pretty much. Pretty much.
I mean, it's sad because I can play Raider, and as a crap tier player as I am, I can turn off my brain and still occasionally ace a game. But Warden, no. And that's just ridiculous. I mean, I know that Danax is a great weapon, but come on. And I'm not saying nerf Raider, I'm saying buff Warden.
Why are they all attacking this? Oh, they're coming here now. Two of them are coming to me. Okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, all three.
They've learned that the best way to do this is to gank.
All right, good. We got some back at the front. Hey, Raven, what if the Aztec hero is a heavy? Then the Aztec hero is a heavy. Oh dear. And I set fire to the grill, watch it burn as I cook your squid. Revenge round 2? Don't mind if I do.
And light parried me. I love it. My turn. Explosion.
Reynolds, go.
Oh! Valkyrie! You tried! You tried, honey! It didn't work! It didn't work!
Sorry, you got a shift at Valhalla's. I'll see you later. They're even like, does female or male Warden have a better voice actor? I'd go either way.
I like both.
And like, some there is a difference. Like, I prefer female Yorm's voice actor to male Yorm's. But by golly, if I don't...
Oh, baby! Call this sweet revenge! Boom! Ruth with the win!
Oh.
Ruth with the win back from behind, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, Ruth with the win. Ruth with the win because she is ruthless! That is excellent. That was excellent. And we made MVP 2. Can I hear a Ruth? Yes! Oh, I cannot take all the credit for that. I didn't play all that great this time. But hey, you know what? We got the kill. Actually, I'll be honest. There is one moment in the campaign where I prefer female Warden to male Warden. Male Warden, I can't remember the name of the actor, but he does Gaara in Naruto.
Yeah.
That's where I know him from. But in the scene, in like the second episode of the campaign.
when he's meeting Stone?
Yeah, when she's meeting Stone. When he goes, "Where are reinforcements?" The response is, "I'm it." The guy goes, "I'm it," which is fine, not a problem. That's okay. But then she just kind of goes, "I'm it," kind of like, "Hey." I just thought that's way funnier to me. I just love the way she said it more. With him, it's "I'm it." With her, it's "I'm it." I'm like,
what they need to do is they need to give Morden female variant helms that don't have the stupid ponytail coming out.
Yeah, Lark has said many times that the biggest problem he has with female Warden is that braid coming out the back. That doesn't make sense.
It just looks stupid to me.
No, I agree. It's fine. I get your rationale. Let's go. I don't even know what song that was. I just made that up off the top of my head. Let's go Teamwa. Let's go Teamwa tonight. Yeah, Teamwa.
Join the team with Teamwa.
Anyway,
went from no hope of winning to winning.
I know, wasn't that weird?
That person's the voice actor Matt Mercer. No, that's not Matt Mercer. I mean, the guy that does Gara is on Critical Role, but he's not Matt Mercer.
Okay, so I missed a couple of messages. You think the male one in the campaign is better? That's fine. Not that Christianity isn't unjustly discriminated against. I mostly just speak from what I've personally seen on the internet. Christianity has been incredibly discriminated, even on the internet, I would say.
It depends on where you go on the internet, granted. Because
yeah.
if you go to someplace like iFunny, that's not going to be a problem.
The Knights, the Vikings, and the Samurai all have a common goal to fight to bring honor and glory to their people. After that, I respect and love all the factions, except for the Wulin, burn them all to the ground. No, the Wulin fight for their fight for honor and
I like
their
the Wulin just fine.
The Wulin actually do it better than some of the others, I'd argue. Historically speaking, the Wulin, the Chinese warriors of history, probably would have fought more frequently for honor and glory on the battlefield than the Vikings would have.
And also because some guy proclaimed himself to be the brother of Jesus, and now we have to start eating our people.
Yeah, I would argue that. Whoa, I would argue that one of the misconceptions here is. One of the misconceptions is that I think that's one of the biggest lies that people tell about the Vikings. It's that, they fought for honor and glory and magnanimity and their families and their clans, and that's just not how that worked.
I'm surprised the Black Prior didn't try reviving that guy, but okay. I guess we don't have to do that. Scary Crocodile Man.
Crap. Ooh, good job, Yorn. I softened him up for you. You can take him now.
The voice actor for Male Warden always seems that tone of concern in his voice, which makes him very recognizable for me. Yeah, he has a very distinctive voice.
Yeah, I think that both of them do a good job in their own respect. I just like the female one for a few key scenes. But I'll argue that I like the male voice in other scenes, like the scene with Mercy where he says, I took an oath to fight for peace. I do like the male voice there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a common misconception about Vikings. Like the whole idea, Vikings, they fought for honor and clan, and it's like, not really.
Some did.
Some did, but that wasn't the primary reason.
I think like the Norse, yes, but if you're going on a Viking, you're going to get stuff. Got to go on that raid. Get on those boys.
Why did I thought I parried that. What?
Okay, new April Fool's event idea. Have a mode where it's just where you don't cause damage with your attacks. It's just more pushback, and the goal is to knock them off the ledge.
You have a very likable opinion, especially on woke culture and Miles Morales and such, but still, Vikings mad. You just had to say it was overrated. I did not say Vikings were overrated. I said that people have a misunderstanding about Viking culture and why they fought.
Yeah.
You gotta, think about it. Think about the very word Viking. The word Viking means to raid. It means to pillage. It's basically an occupation in which you go to other settlements and raid their stuff and take their stuff. That's essentially what it was. It wasn't fighting for honor and glory. It was fighting for stuff. You were stealing other people's stuff, be it money, slaves, what have you. Even if you want to argue, no, it was resources, which it wasn't resources. But even if you want to make that argument, it's still stealing from someone else. It has nothing to do with honor. You could argue, I died honorably because I died in battle. But, and that did happen. They did die in battle quite frequently.
And there were Norse battles that didn't have to do necessarily with Viking raids. But.
Right, but that's the thing. If you want to talk about, Vikings so amazing and all that, we have a few problems.
Now, anyway, Norse were an honorable culture. Vikings were pirates. They fought because you had shiny things people wanted. There you go, Jack. I hate how the Vikings are portrayed in For Honor because all the problems are all of the problems, and yet they play the Vikings. Yeah, that irritated me from day one. Where it's like the Vikings are just raiding into Ashfeld for just for giggles and stuff, and then when we go and we burn their stuff down, oh, how could we? And then what do they do at the very end?
Like, this gladiator has a toe fetish. I know that they all do, but this guy has gone after my feet more than he has anything else.
Ah, well, you see, he's a Canadian, therefore he's got that free health care, and so he's coming for your feet.
Oh, B1 says I meant the show. Yeah, the show is overrated. The show is incredibly overrated. We weren't talking about the show anyway, so I don't know why you brought that up. I would argue that the show is overrated, very heavy on fantasy more than actual history, and over-romanticizes the Vikings in a huge way.
Who put that bear down there?
Probably her.
Gosh, put the shaman on a leash.
Jesus! I didn't do a damn thing! That griffin ran in to get the final hit. That was messed up.
Soon enough, Vikings will get the same treatment as Viking samurai. Half the time, people will get bored with them, and soon they'll get boring and forgotten, except for a few situations.
The reason why Vikings are popular right now is because, one, Marvel. You know, with Thor being a big deal in Marvel, people are talking about the mythology and think it's cool. Two, the villainization of white people and white culture, saying that white people don't have a culture. So there's a major blowback saying, no, we do have a culture. Look at the Vikings. They're a culture. And I'm like, that's very limited.
Yep. There is that. But eventually they'll start looking at Vikings the same way they do as Knights and Samurai. Because once they realize that the Vikings don't live up to the great mythology they've crafted for them, they're gonna do a blowback effect where suddenly, oh, they're the worst thing ever, even though they weren't. Same thing happened to the Knights, same thing happened to the Samurai.
Call this revenge, Griffin.
Stole a kill, that was not yours. I don't see if Paimon actually wanted to destroy the North, she probably would have defeated the Vikings completely then, but she didn't have ulterior motives. Oh yeah, because she pointed out like, yeah, we could kill them, but that's not what she wanted. She wanted to remind them who they were, which I would actually argue they already knew, kind of, because they were already fighting beforehand. But she probably wanted to unite them for a greater purpose.
There, that shaman got hers.
Finally. So here's the next big thing. Mongols, Mamelukes. Hard to say. I'm hoping Rajput's next. Well, we know a Viking hero's next, but after that, I'm hoping Rajput. Because then I think we'll have pretty much all bases covered. I mean, yeah. Wouldn't Arthurian legends be the next big thing? Like, when they
already kind of did Arthurian legends. Oh, you're talking about in pop culture.
Yeah, in pop culture?
They kind of already had that.
Yeah. I don't know. Every time they try and go to, like, old English folklore and dig it back up in modern day, I'm typically not pleased with what I see. Like, the last time Robin Hood came out, like, what century do we want to set this in? Yes.
Well, I think the problem I have with the whole Viking craze is here's the thing. I'm not saying the Vikings aren't important to history. I did a whole video about the importance of Vikings. I think I mean it. They were an important part of history. The Norse people have a major function to world history, and I'm not denying that. My issue is that we've over-romanticized them to the point that people are forgetting what they were. Mm-hmm.
Yep, Mongolians, we love drinking goat milk and riding horse. Well, I mean, hey, you got me. I noticed that with the last movie, very mixed and blended together like a smoothie. The shaman is crazy.
Whew. That didn't work out for you, did it? Good fight, though. Now, you might think that was cheap of me to use my fourth feat, but I have learned that people will use their feats against me anytime, even in a fair fight.
Yeah. Diego's a dude. Do any of Lark's characters have a story?
I mean, Lark Centurion has a story.
Yeah, the Legend of Marcus Vero, or whatever we called him. I can't remember. But he was... I sort of helped come up with the idea for that.
What are you doing?
Meaning?
Well, I'm dead. But I put up a hell of a fight.
Indeed.
Ooh, fire flask! That was good.
You're only trying to hit your corpse and then he burnt for it.
I'm gonna go up and back her up in A.
Well, yeah, you got to.
The rest of them are fighting in C, but she won't stand a chance against that gladiator if he's any good.
Yep, now it's just that glad.
Yep. Come on. Didn't even let me get the final kill. Yeah!
We did it, fellas.
We did it, boys! Teamwork for the win! I love it, man!
Died.
Teamwork for the win! And the MVP slot again.
Beautiful.
There we go, boys. There we go.
Pumpkin Eclipse says, can he join?
We're kind of already deep into this right now. Probably have to do it next time.
Yep.
Raven on his game today. I don't know if it's me. I just have good teammates, I think.
You do Ingrid next.
Ingrid? Okay. I can do my Valkyrie.
Hey Raven and Lark, I just finished my D&D session. I Bugs Bunny the Noble to find out who was blackmailing him, only to find out he was blackmailing himself. Wow. How does one blackmailing myself? Alright, put the money in the bag. Takes money out of wallet, puts it in back in own wallet.
Let's go, Ingrid. The Spear of Heaven.
Allegedly. It's always been my headcanon of mine regarding Christianity prior that it fell into such obscurity for a time. Napoleon started a campaign, the last follower died, leaving nothing. Nah, we're bringing it back, but we're bringing it back, fellas.
Thoughts on the new Valkyrie execution? It's good. It's very interesting. I think it's funny. It will get some cool points and some lethality points. I may even give it a slight realism boost, but efficiency-wise, it's going to suffer. Efficiency, it's really dumb. I'll give it this. The stab into the opponent with the execution is top tier. I love it. The lifting, though, like the pressing part, nah, that one's a little weird. I don't think that shaman likes us very much.
No, I don't.
Ah, crap, that Lawbringer's on the other team now. He's a really good Lawbringer. I don't like fighting him.
Indeed.
And tonight, instead of doing normal breach mode, we will do the limited time Jormungandr event.
Yorny.
I don't know if I'll get the hammer all that often, but I will try.
Lord knows that I've tried. I know dang way you can lift a dang Shugoki like that.
Well, here's the thing. Whenever I do my graded series, I don't take into account what type of hero is being fought. Because, I mean, what if it's a shinobi? You know, like someone tried to argue, Raven never takes into account the armor. How could a person go through someone's steel armor? I'm like, what if the execution's being done on a shinobi or a Shaolin where they don't have steel armor? See, that's the thing. I don't take the armor into account because you can't always do that.
Mm-hmm.
Ubisoft casually making Medjay say the N-word without using the N-word. Well, that is the way Ubisoft do. Why do my teammates want to be quitting? Why do you guys want to be quitting on me? I do not understand. Oh, crap. Crap.
Oh, yeah, they mad.
Ooh, ah, crap.
Yeah.
Crap.
Got between a rock and
What the heck? Dude, why are you emote spamming over me? I didn't do anything to you.
Hey, Lark, can I...
I'm sorry, Ray, but I will not root for you this time. I got to root for Law Daddy. Okay, traitor. I see where your values lie.
Now, see, why would you do that? Can I use Bolo's Guide to Monsters as a reference for making monsters? I mean, sure, if you want to. I don't see why you couldn't. Blotchos, Yorm's hammer is one of Vulcan's lost artifacts. I mean, that would line up. He does like hammers. In fact, might even say the game is called Warhammer.
Well, that's what it is. Can't be mad. You ganked me first.
Raven, I finally managed to get New Vegas, and I can already tell I'm going to have a new obsession for a few years. Yeah, that's how most people feel about it. The Wizards of the Coast have been wacky and foolish. Well, yeah, they have. But the thing is, if you just want to like look through it and see, like, hey, I want to get inspiration for something, go ahead and get inspiration.
Crap! I thought that I could go into my guard stance quicker. Oh well.
But yeah, no. I understand having a healthy distrust for Wizards of the Coast. That's fair.
Yeah, that's very fair.
Vulcan lives! Aaron, by the way, my DM after the session looked at me and asked, what the hell just happened? I responded with, well, now we have 2 nobles blackmailed by use, and I'm a very good-looking woman. Oh, God. You did pull a Bugs Bunny, didn't like Bugs Bunny and Dread. That's hilarious. Or are you, like, playing a changeling or something? Because bonus points for that.
Oh! Kill her in there! Oh God! That was uncalled for. That was just uncalled for.
Who now can rise to the challenge? What's the company that does Pathfinder? Double Valkyrie.
Double Valkyrie all the way across the sky.
We have a Kenku, and he was. Which one?
Why'd you hit me, teammate? You asshole! And emote spam. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Good job. You emote spam. Good job. Good job.
I wish I could get into D&D, but with all the new rules, it's kind of hard. I'm still using 5e up to the monsters of the multiverse. Yeah, listen, the new rules are still being worked on, so if you're still work 5e rules, it's fine. The campaign I'm going to be running soon is also going to be using 5e rules. Unless previously talked. I would have laughed if she would tripped her off. Oh, another Valkyrie combo. Getting ganked by 2 Valks, I can't imagine a worse hell. Oh, I can't imagine getting ganked by 4 Gokis. Not only have I seen it, I've lived it. Wasn't a pleasant experience. I'd be interested in trying Shadversity system, but I have no friends, so that's shot. I forgot that Shadversity made a system. I have to look into it. Raven, how would I write Christianity and For Honor? Is Ashfeld would be majority Catholic, with a lot of variations, with Roman pantheon being the majority in the western portion. The thing is, Catholicism's popping up. I don't think the Roman pantheon would survive for much longer. I think it might have a few cults here and there, but the thing is, Christianity, like once it got the ball rolling, it became far more popular than the old Greco-Roman pantheon. And it wasn't just Christianity that was starting to beat it out. You had other like cults like Machianism and the cult of Mithras that were rising up at around the time. That like there was actually like a guy that was in charge of like the head temple in Athens, and he complained like the guy that's taking over after me doesn't even believe he's a leader of the cult of Mithras. No love for my Orthodox brothers.
Well, the Orthodox Church wouldn't have been as prominent.
Nope, sadly. Maybe there'll be an event with the Orthodox and Protestants rise up. Yeah, well, the Protestant Reformation really happened like at the twilight years of the night, so... Do I hear bagpipes?
Never a good idea to emote spam before the actual fight.
I mean, particularly with the Romans, I could easily see them as Byzantines going back to their roots as they saw the loss of Constantinople was due to them not following their old gods.
Well, somebody tried that. His name was Julian the Apostate. It did not go well for him. It really, really did not go well for him.
Again, you should never emote spam before you get into the fight. Like then it makes like that's what Chris Reagan said. The key to being toxic and bully, you can't lose. Crap. Oh well.
He did. Eric Morgan playing a male exploited. Oh, okay, so you're male.
It's so weird. What everyone talks about Dungeons and Dragons during the streams, and it's so funny that they do because you play way more than I do, Lark. So I barely know what to say in these points. Like whenever the topic of lizard men come up or like that kind of thing, I'm always like, "Have at it, Lark." I don't know what to say. I just think it's not criticism. It's just weird. What?
Eric and Lark, have you heard of the All Guardsmen Party? It's one of the most 40k lore accurate guard works I've ever seen. The funny thing is that it's not even fanfics, it's just record of 40k D&D runs. No, this is the first time hearing of it. Orthodox is a denomination of Christianity. Okay. It basically preaches the true knowledge of God is not really celebrate the mystery. Oh, okay. Who said wizard lizard? Everyone loves a good wizard lizard. And Raven, I would recommend watching it. It's really funny. Okay.
Watching what?
Yeah, Wander, which would you... are you talking about the All Guardsmen Party? Draken, there's nothing wrong with that if that's what your players want to run with. I'm not like we're not like Baldur's Gate where it's like, oh, you're playing all human males. How dare you? Like, listen, have fun with whatever you want to have fun with. Don't let some moron say, hey, you can't play as X because of whatever reason. Like, there was a Raven, you showed me a good little like digital comic that made me think about like the human paladin that came into a party of tieflings. Like, why'd you pick human?
Yeah.
I have a cool headcanon that probably doesn't make sense, but I like to think that Hitakiri doesn't even make noise themselves, but it's just the spirits that Hitakiri has around them, such as their feet. That's interesting lore.
I love it. Good job. If I know the kind of players that like I think I do, there's going to be some heavy emote spamming coming.
Oh, I would not be surprised.
Quick save.
Mm.
Play a bear instead. What's this about Baldur's Gate? Haven't kept up with us regarding the news. Okay, so Baldur's Gate dropped a couple months ago, and it's sort of like a typical fantasy role-playing kind of game. And there's a lot of options to play as far as races and classes go. But the developers, like after getting data back from like the first couple of weeks, and noticed that a good chunk of the player base was playing as white male fighters. And they were criticizing the player base, going like, "Come on, we gave you all these options, and you decided to play as a white male." And the fan base didn't take that very well because, like, whoa, why the heck are you criticizing us and how we choose to play our game? It's like when somebody says like, "Oh, you chose to play a male shepherd." Well, you chose wrong. It's
just like I don't know anything about Baldur's Gate.
All I know is the controversy.
Here's my thing. The moment you tell people how and what way they should play a game, then you've already lost your community. Like, to me, here's the thing. I don't usually play white male characters all the time because I prefer, like, variety. I like to mix things up, try new things. That's my whole modus operandi. But Lark likes to play white male straight characters all the time, and you know what? That's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not mad at him for it. I may tease him once in a while for it, but it's not a big deal. But the minute a developer, or anyone for that matter, says, "Oh my God, you're playing," like, it's kind of like when I responded to that article saying, "If you're playing Stargate as a cop, there's just no hope for you." And I'm like, shut the hell up. Like, here's the thing. Like, I have played white characters, Asian characters, black characters, Hispanic characters. I have played women. I have played men. I have played centaurs, Argonians in terms of Skyrim, elves. I played a dwarf once. Played a dragonborn. I've played different kinds of aliens in certain games. I've played lots of stuff.
You even played as a Peruvian jungle woman.
Yes, I've done that too.
Amaru.
It doesn't bother me. It's not something that I'm like, I have to be white male all the time. I can be whatever in an RPG. Why do you gots to judge me based on what I choose to play? It don't make no sense.
Yeah.
Let's go Nobu Wushi.
We love being vanilla and adding sprinkles.
Just for that, I'm gonna play my Asian chick.
Nobu Whoosh. If I get Hogwarts Legacy, I want to play as a good Slytherin and an evil Gryffindor. Yes. Hogwarts Legacy. That was fun. It was just like, these curses are so terrible. You're right, absolutely. Now, how do I do them again? Taking vigorous steps.
I promise I won't abuse the killing curse. Yeah, it just starts nuking everyone.
Love video doing that. But there's nothing wrong with playing as a white male character. Yeah, nothing's wrong with
No, there's nothing wrong with playing as a white male character. There's literally nothing wrong with that. What the hell is wrong with playing a white male character? I know some people are going to say, but it's the vanilla. And some people like vanilla. But I think that the argument that white people don't have culture, that's not only a lie, that is disingenuous. That is, but like, why don't we have culture? Like your only culture is enslavement and colonization, and I'm like,
actually,
I've got some news for you.
Actually, we culturally appropriated that.
Like, my response to that is, we've got some news for you. I don't claim to be a professor of African or Asian history, but you'll find there's a lot of enslavement and colonization there too. A lot of it. In fact, almost more than what the whites did.
Phoenicians are going, whoa, we colonized the whole dang Mediterranean and we ain't getting any credit? Come on. Gothic France would like to add you to their friends list. Ah, the Gothic architecture. Love me some flying buttresses.
After this match, we'll probably switch over to Breach.
I'll be about that.
Well, I'm getting annoyed. I had two really good matches, now I suck.
Hey, you don't have to lie to me. You just want Big Thunder Hammer.
I do want Big Thunder Hammer, but I also suck.
It can be two things.
It could be both. It could be both. I could suck and want Big Thunder Hammer.
Ancient civilizations, gang, rise up.
Genghis Khan and his golden horde called. They would like to work with you.
It's like, whoa. We made one of the largest empires in the world. We ain't getting any credit again. The naive. Hey, Raven Lark. I'm the same way. I only play straight male characters, though I do try and switch it up with different races. But I've rarely ever picked small races. Yeah, I don't know. I've never decided to play a no. I have made a few dwarf characters. Just so I can make short jokes. Short? The stunties.
Crap.
I've been a fan of Berserkers.
Oh, dude, I still bled out the Shaolin. Yes!
From the grave.
Yes! Killing from the grave, baby. Thank you, Zerk. Oh, I appreciate that.
Bloodborne, you probably have an easier time doing, like, Dark Souls X for Honor. Because the aesthetics would match more. I mean, I suppose you could throw a pirate in Bloodborne. That's a grudging lock that's going in the book. Gosh, I probably have a whole chapter dedicated in the book the amount of times I've played orcs or vampire counts. Ooh, this is a rough one. Hey, Raven, which franchise do you think is dumber, Bleach or Kingdom Hearts? Let him focus because I can also see.
What was the question?
Which is dumber, Bleach or Kingdom Hearts in terms of war?
Kingdom Hearts is way harder to follow. Bleach is consistent, but it's just not a good consistency.
Well, it's confusing. I will give it that, but the thing is, at least it's its own thing. But not only do you have to keep up with in Kingdom Hearts, you have to keep up with all the random Final Fantasy-esque heartless nonsense, but now you also got all these Disney timelines to keep track of. And also, why is the Keyblade so powerful and masterful if there's a million of them? Because I thought there was only one.
Thank you.
Hey, Raven, how's the weather in South Korea? We're not in.
We're not in South Korea.
You mean South Carolina?
We're not Korea. Did you assume we were Korean?
No, he knows we knows. I think he just got a typo.
Yeah, I hope that's a typo.
Duncan's asked us like what it's like in America before. I think he just missed the typo. But yeah, South Carolina's doing great right now. I cannot speak for my friends in South Korea though.
Wait, I hit the counter guard break. What?
Berserker doesn't care. Like, I kid you not, like, from day one, Berserker was the class I hated fighting the most.
They are annoying. They're an assassin with hyper armor. What are you gonna do?
Me, typically smash the catapult button and pray for the best. That's my usual strat.
Indeed.
Korean Raven and Lark. Do we get our own K-pop band?
Okay, so this is a true story. Get ready for this, and this is kind of funny. Oh, hold on.
We meet again! We did it! Ah, great. Now you showed up. We were having a good time. Bonk.
Crap. Anyway, so here's what happened. I was walking through the grocery store, and I had my earbuds in while I was going through, and suddenly, I was listening, and there was a K-pop song that came on. It's one that I like, and suddenly my earbuds decided they wanted to just die right there. They just wanted to quit. So instead of my phone pausing the song because the earbuds died, it decided to just switch to speaker. So all of a sudden, in the middle of the international foods aisle, a K-pop song is blaring, and I have to quickly turn it off. Like, why did it start playing?
Raven, pro tip, if you hit full block with an Obu, immediately go into a dodge attack.
Fantasy world idea: a magical hybridization of South Korea and South Carolina. That would be.
What was with that Shaolin just constantly spamming and then fainting out of his overhead? Like, he was doing it to fake me out, I'm sure, but still. It's very annoying. But yeah, that was really funny. Like, I was just like, just like this K-pop song just starts playing. Like, oh crap.
You should totally listen to Baby Metal. Didn't Baby Metal like do a tour with what's the guy's name? Guy that did like Dragula or something. That's just a Meyer from For Honor Korean edition. Do I get a watch on?
Yeah, all three of you. Good job. It takes three of you to kill one Asian girl. I am very impressed by you, Shaolin. Very impressed.
Okay, according to lore.
Oh, and he even emote spammed. This is my favorite Shaolin. Thoughts on Valkyrie's new hero X Execute? I already talked about it.
South Carolina's a swamp, right? Depends on where you go.
There's also mountains in South Carolina.
It depends. Like you have like the low country, like you have beaches, swamps, marshes, grassland. Haven't seen many bogs. And then if you go a little bit up, you have sand hills, which are just kind of forest with a bit of sand at the bottom. Then you have the Piedmont region, which is just typical hills and forests, and then you have the Blue Ridge Mountains, which are beautiful. So yeah, you got a little bit of everything here. Except desert. We really don't have desert.
That Shaolin is a scummy individual.
I know he said enemy team, but I thought he said heavy team. The heavy team. Not today. Ah, dang it.
One second.
Ooh, I love me some pyrotechnics.
I don't even care. I took his health down. Run! Yeah, there you go. He's dead.
All right.
There we go.
Hear me out. Ebony armor for Warden. Oh, I'm all about that. And with that, that is the perfect time to head over to the Jormungandr event.
Yep.
Beautiful. Gorgeous. Any recommendations for a place to shop for affordable gear? Honestly, I would be sooner ask you. I've never been to a Renaissance fair.
We have never gone to a Renaissance fair. How on earth would we know?
I got a buddy of mine that's been. He actually won as the knight, and he had a from Monty Python's Holy Grail, the one that got bit by the rabbit, and he had a rabbit attached to his neck. No pumpkin, not right now.
Yeah, we're probably just going to do it solo tonight, man.
You got to jump on at the very beginning if you're going to make that happen.
How long ago did the stream start? We always start the stream at 8:30.
Or roughly around that time.
So we've been at it for a little over an hour.
I flipped my shit when I saw the snake for the first time. Oh, in the event? Yeah. You kind of forget about it. Like, holy smokes.
I never forget. And I never forgive.
Indeed.
Let's go Centurion. Because when Centurion gets the hammer and he does his heavy, he screams like a space marine.
Stop. Hammer time. You know who's also good with the hammer?
Who?
Clawbringer.
He is. He is good with a hammer.
Anybody with a cape, really.
Anyway, well, since we're on Breach now, if y'all want to try to get us ranting.
In Pizma Nobushi's lore, she was out demon hunting. She came across a spider's nest. She got taken surprise by one, and that had hatched. And now it controls her mind, but there's mutual bond. Oh, so it's like a Remy from Ratatouille.
Honestly, the Jorm Breach is just spectacle. No, it isn't. It is not just spectacle. How can It is not. What is spectacle about it? Do you mean spectacular? Yes, I would agree with that. It's probably one of their best game modes. It's not just... For it to just be spectacle, it would just be that they added some cosmetic changes. That's not the case. They added a glass cannon option.
Which I adore. Has Lark ever wanted to play with you on stream? I've done it.
He has done it.
But the thing is, I can't moderate chat quite as well if I'm playing. Not that I don't enjoy it. Also, I'm just not as good at the game. Like, I play almost exclusively against the AI. Thoughts on a night-specific execution that would involve an Iron Maiden?
How would you do an Iron Maiden execution?
Like, you gonna, like, just summon it out of the ether? I mean, sure, why not? I wouldn't say no.
Oh, Snake's coming, Snake's coming. I want the hammer. Guys on my team, I will, if you let me have the hammer just for this, you can have the hammer the rest of the match, okay? I just want the hammer for this.
Don't think it's ready yet.
Well, I heard the rumble.
Iron Maiden just...
It's coming! It's coming! Snake is here. I want it, 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 I want it. Hey, Snakey. Hey, big guy.
Come on, Yormi.
Go, there we go. Yes, 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 yes. I want it. No, no, no. Nobushi. I will eat it. I will... No, Nobushi, please. Please, Nobushi. Ah, damn it.
Come on, fellas.
Fine, you... I frickin' want it. Give it to me. Stop it, you asshole. Fine, y'all get to fight it. Fine, fine. Nusha, you get it. I hope you die.
Or can I play exclusively against the chat GPT?
There, I killed it before you did, Nusha. Bitch. And what was it that raider? He wasn't even trying to get it. He was just hitting us to get it, to keep us from getting it. God, that's lame.
Hey, Raven, thoughts on the Sound of Freedom controversy?
I think that it is probably the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Not the movie. The controversy around it. Because, I mean, you have a movie about this guy who stops a bunch of human traffickers. And people are getting upset about a movie where the good guy stops human traffickers. I don't see what there is to complain about. Why are you getting upset that people like the movie? The only conclusion I can come to is that you are sympathetic, you sympathize with human traffickers. And that's not a good position to be in. And the problem is, by raising this controversy, you're actually bringing more attention to the film. So you're actually hurting your own argumentation.
Fuck off, Nusha.
All right, Mark, I'm gonna go.
Guys, don't be afraid to talk about D&D. It's fine. Lark will just be the one who answers all the questions.
I don't know. Like, I wish Kenny was here. He could answer these questions.
Well, you know more about D&D than I do.
I thought The Sound of Freedom was an excellent movie. I want to go see it.
Yeah.
I'll probably go see it next week. And I just legitimately don't understand, like, why would this be like this? And like, it's also based off of a true story. Are you going to tell a man that risked his life to save, like, you know, thousands of children? Oh yeah, you're awful. You're a terrible person. Why would you do that? It makes no sense. Given how much of Hollywood was on Epstein's island, they probably felt a little called out. It would not surprise me.
Why do you get... Nusha, I got it when you had the hammer. Someone... Fuck it. I'm getting frustrated.
Okay. Raven, your opinions on Lehman Russ?
He's a wolf man. Wait, he is essentially just... If you could put a Viking in Space Marine armor, that's what he is.
I can barely tell the difference between Raven and Lark. Well, we are brothers, so what are you gonna do? Like, what's the Sound of Freedom about, and what's got the Twitter horde's attention from it? Okay, so basically, the Sound of Freedom was a independently funded and produced movie about a CIA agent who I'm not sure if he leaves his job or he takes leave from it, but he basically goes and works with the Colombian government to track down cartels that have been trafficking children, and he basically goes in to free the children. That's the basic premise of the movie. And as a result, most people that watch it went, yeah, it's a pretty good film, we like it. It's actually did very well at the box office, despite being, a private, from a small studio. But there's a lot of people on Twitter and, people who write online articles are saying, like, oh yeah, it's a conspiracy theory film. You'll like it if you're part of, like, QAnon and stuff like that. And so people are going, wait, why are you upset people like this movie? And so the joke's going around, oh, if you don't like The Sound of Freedom, you support human trafficking. And so that's where the controversy comes from.
All right, now I can get it.
Also, Hollywood is just bitching that they got played out by an independent producer that actually beat out Indiana Jones. I'm sorry, but that's also true. Indiana Jones, like, you should not, like, the fourth Indiana Jones didn't need to be made, but it was okay. The fifth Indiana Jones is a travesty.
Nusha, please, you had it last time. Fuck. Next time I'm just gonna go in solo queue it. Like, I'm not, like, no one with me, all bots, because that's the only way I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
Because that Nusha's had it twice now, good lord. Anyway.
Selfish. No, I'm not acknowledging anything else about Indy 5. It gets nothing from me. In fact, the next time we mention Indy 5, it'll be the Indy 500. Raven Lark, Senpai refused to notice me and would rather talk about Sound of Freedom. I'm sorry, did you say something that I missed? Your Gun Ribbon is the only event that encourages the enemy team and your own team to fight over you. Or fight over it, yeah. Well, then again, I've seen people in Breach fight over the flag, but that makes less sense. Thing is, Crystal Skull was my first Indiana Jones movie, so I'm biased towards it. I actually, when I was a kid, is when and then the fourth one was coming out. Because the fourth one was coming out, our dad got us the DVD collection of the first three, so that he could show us. And we watched them all, and we loved them all except Temple of Doom. We thought it was okay, but just not as good as the other two. And so, for my, like, I want to say, 12th birthday or so, me and a bunch of my friends went out to go watch Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and I thought it was okay. Was it necessary? No. Did it need to be made?
Did you have to steal my execution too?
Yep. Because this is the type of person that can't have fun unless it's at someone else's expense.
Good, you died. Now I want it. Give it here.
Nice.
Now?
It's Space Marine.
Tell me this isn't the Space Marine scream. Listen. That is a Space Marine scream.
You.
And now I'm about to lose it.
It was fleeting, but at least we got it for a bit.
Yeah, I got it for a brief moment. That was nice.
Yep, it's not canon. I'm mad about a lot of things. We all are. Ever thought of doing tournaments?
Nope. I have no real desire. I'm not good at duel I'm not good at duel mode. And I don't have any prize I would offer for the winner.
Yep.
Oh, but it's already being taken away. And notice how that raider was already ready to hit me before I could take it. It's not that he wanted it. He just wants to keep other people from getting it.
Because again, I can only have fun if it's at someone else's expense. Not early, but I have a suspicion that the new Viking hero is the blacksmith wielding a scythe.
That would be kind of interesting. I'd like to see that.
For Robot Gorilla Man. That's a new one.
How about making a tournament and making a story out of it?
Oh, you mean like the winner gets their own story? Who knows?
I do not like this news shit. She keeps stealing my kills.
Typical playing against boss and you're still being ruined by other people. Like, yeah, why you gotta be this way? New Viking here should be a Gaulish brawler.
Nah.
What, CIA? Sounds like Taken with multiple children instead of just one. Yeah, like they loved they thought Taken was fine, but they're gonna get on the real thing? Ridiculous. I pray for a Scythe hero with Reaper cosmetic set. I'd swap up from prior to them in a heartbeat. Now you say that now, what if they don't have a good move set? Because there's a lot of things like, I mean, I love the drip of this, but I'm terrible with them. Like, I do enjoy a good conch build, but I am not good at conch. A donk. I'd be more interested in a story based on the tournament. Yeah, no, I get that, but it would be intriguing to see, nonetheless. Why not give the Gaul some love? I don't think the Gaul...
It's not the Gaul part, it's the brawler part. I don't think we could have a good fisticuff style warrior.
Honestly, if you wanted a Gaul and you got him like a sickle sword, I'd be all for that. We actually talked about that a little bit earlier, Shark Chaos. I'm not sure about that, Nethril King. I'm not sure Mantis Blade's been working for Honor.
No.
What about a chainsword? No chainswords.
No.
Unless you want to do a 40k event, which would that'd be cool. Everyone's weapons are now chain weapons, or power weapons. Maybe an Outlander hero with Katars. If we go on the Rajput route, then
yeah, I'd like a Rajput, but they've already announced that this Outlander hero is coming, and then a Viking hero.
So
A shark-toothed sword if we go for the Maori.
Mm-hmm.
The hammer won't be back long enough for it to matter. They've almost killed the commander.
Yeah, I never saw him pop out from that angle before.
I'll go for it, but it won't matter. I guarantee it. Come on, baby. Yes.
Yes! Beautiful.
At least I got the kill with the Hammer of Dawn.
Galmaraz.
All right.
Very good.
Well, that took care of that. I got the final kill. That works. And I played everyone from each area. Anime Viking? Please no.
Heaven help us. The Weeb Viking. Ooh, Dale Expert just dropped $20 saying, hey, Raven and Lark, and you can possibly rant for this. What if Warhammer 40K, the Emperor stayed in this 10,000-year coma? Not because of horrors, but just because he's debating with Jesus about how he was right and what he did. Oh, he's not winning that debate.
There's nothing to rant about. He wouldn't win that debate.
But yeah, thanks for the $20. But
Thanks for the $20. I mean, he's not winning that debate. It's not happening.
I mean, Jesus would be like, hey, at least I can raise myself from that. Oh, sorry.
Isn't there a Viking anime? Yes, there's an anime about just about everything under the sun.
If you look hard enough, there is a anime about a Roman bathhouse runner that gets isekai'd into Japan, gets fascinated with their bathhouse culture, and then tries to bring it back to ancient Rome.
There's anime about fishing. Anime about fishing!
If you can think of it,
Anime's probably come up with it, and if not, manga's probably come up with it.
Yep, more than likely.
And is that a good thing? Sometimes. Sometimes, like, oh, that's a cool idea, that's funny. And other times, you're like, why would you do that?
How could you do that? Can you live with yourself?
I submit that you could not. Anime's called Vinland Saga. Oh, there's more than just that. Anime about family. Spy family.
Spy X Family.
Spy.
One of the best family dynamic anime.
There's probably no Pearl Harbor in anime. I guarantee you there's probably one that mentions it. Yes, we heard about the Shia LaBeouf live camera feed thing.
Yep, we know about that, but that's old news.
Yeah, that was back when Trump was newly elected.
Yeah, back when Trump was newly elected, that was when that happened.
That was like 6 years ago.
That is old news, man. Anyway, let's see if y'all can get us ranting, because we got, I think, 2 more matches in us before we have to call it a night.
Yep.
And on Sunday, we will probably play For Honor again because of the limited time event. We can all agree that anime can be extremely weird. Of course it is. Anime is very weird.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, the best Lawbringer in For Honor. Oh, that's an interesting take. I still need to finish thinking of her name. You just want cool weapons for the game? Alright, well I'm going to propose to you the big problem with weapons in the game. How will you use them differently than the other weapons that already exist? Like, you want a falchion. Cool idea. How will you use it differently than other swords in the game? Like the way Pirate uses her sword or Tiandi uses his sword. Because remember what everyone bitches about.
Alright, the Natural King just dropped $5. Hey Lord, how do you think the Sith Empire, or the Sith Emperor from Old Republic would do in Warhammer 40k?
He wouldn't.
If he keeps a low profile, then he'll do okay, but if he tangles with anyone of any status, he's going to be in for a heap of trouble. Like, heaven help him if he finds the Necrons. If he lands on a Necron Tomb World, he's done for. But if you mean, like, just the Empire in general, oh, they're definitely screwed. Because you have a bunch of rogue psychers and the Imperium sides running around, and they don't have the technological equivalent to survive. They all did.
We all know that most of Raven's characters are females. Richard Blackthorne is not. Bao Shin is not.
It's like, yeah, the hammer's nice, but I want blood. Because the hammer lets us do one thing we've always wanted to. Mercilessly slaughter pikemen in one stroke.
Oh, this will be fun. I'm just hearing tiptoe through the tulips.
Okay. No, I mean the Emperor himself.
I'm coming, Nobushi. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Best boy Orko Centurion is not. Are you sure? Right. Hey Raven, how would I go about exterminating the Iceland? Why are you exterminating?
Why are you exterminating Iceland?
Is it because we stole all their booze in World War II? No, I'm pretty sure all of them died out Lemon Ducks.
I have become Sigmar.
The destroyer of orcs. And Nagash. And Chaos. And just anything within a hammer radius.
Hey, what's the effective range of this thing?
Holy smokes.
What?
Jack of the Dragon just dropped $99.99. Just wanted to say thanks for making it For Honor or more than a game about angry gamers. Made me happy during tough times.
Well, I appreciate the donation, although I must say, $99.99 couldn't go for that full 100. A shame. I'm kidding. Really appreciate it.
I'm gonna hit you.
Yeah. Even though you're sitting on the other side of the TV.
I'm gonna throw this metal canteen at you.
I was joking. Thank you so much.
You deserve what you get now. But yes, thank you.
I really appreciate it. That means the world.
Just, wow. What a donation.
Sanhu, you should have focused on me.
You should have aimed for my nuts.
My big Lawbringer nuts. Oh wait, you can't. This Lawbringer's a chick.
She's immune. She's immortal.
No, you can't beat her with the nut shot. No. I don't even need the hammer anymore now that I've had my fun with it.
Hey Raven and Lark, which faction in Warhammer 40k is the most annoying?
Tau.
Tyranids.
Both.
Actually, no. Chaos. Freaking Chaos. Why? Because everyone's like, the Matt Ward in the Ultramarines, that was really cringe. Chaos getting all the favoritism is really cringe too. Because they're just like, oh yeah, they're the only villain in the setting. Necrons, Tau, Dark Eldar, none of them can hold a candle to the monstrous powers of Chaos. Like, mix it up a little bit, would you?
No. I'm about to lose it. Ah, we lost it. But we had our fun.
Yep.
It's like the only way to defeat the one with the hammer is to kick them in the balls. This Lawbringer shows up, the only one without balls. No!
Recalculating. The Imperium are the villains. Objectively wrong. Objectively wrong. The Imperium is not the villains.
They are the only true hope for the galaxy.
Most of the time. Because it depends on who you're at. Like, if you're reading like a Tau story, arguable. Eldar story, maybe. Probably not, though. They got bigger problems to worry about. But, no. Imperium's... And I was like, listen, you can't look at Chaos, and you can't look at the Dark Eldar, then compare them to the Imperium and go, the Imperium's the worst of these three.
Actually, Isengard makes a good point. The Eldar are very annoying because they're pompous for no good reason. It's like, oh no, we're the victims. Well, we'll want to help you. You're not worth it.
Also,
like, there's this big problem coming. Maybe you should tell us what it is. You don't need to know.
Yeah, it was like, how come the Imperium didn't help them out in this campaign? Did they tell the Imperium? No. Then what did you expect them to do? Well, if they did, the Imperium wouldn't listen. Well,
I still love that guy who tried to use that one trailer to prove his point that the Imperium was bad. He was like, what were the Eldar trying to do here? But stop the Tyranids from coming.
Yeah, did they mention the Tyranids until they were dying?
They snuck onto a planet they knew they weren't supposed to be on, and instead of telling the Imperium what was coming and giving them fair warning, they just started sneaking around, forcing the Imperium to take action against them, and then acting all morally superior, like, you don't know what you've done. Like, no, we don't. You didn't tell us.
Well, the best part of that is that's from Dawn of War 2. And in Dawn of War 2, literally you're attacking orcs because they're attacking your planet, and then the Eldar pop the frick out of nowhere, going, "No, you can't!" Like they would actually hold them off, and then they start attacking us. So naturally, you start attacking Space Marine. Space Marine starts attacking back. And then it's revealed like, oh, they were talking about the Tyranids. And one of the guys on your squad's like, oh yeah, when I served in Death Watch, I fought the Tyranids before. So the Blood Ravens would have known exactly what Tyranids were if they had just taken the time to say, hey guys, Tyranid Hive Fleet is on the way. Try and divert the orcs to focus on fighting them so that we can work together. But no, because the Eldar have their own problems.
Well, no, my point was that guy who was doing the response video to me,
yeah, I know.
Like, tried to bring that up, and I'm like, that doesn't help you.
I know, but my point is I was adding the content.
Oh.
Because I was saying, that's from Dawn of War 2. My other favorite thing he tried to do was, it's like, oh yeah, let's try and find that trailer. And then he finds a trailer to a mobile game, which we didn't use, and then he criticized us for using a trailer for a mobile game, which I repeat, we did not use.
Well, what I love is he goes, yeah, this is a trailer for a mobile game, so you're lying. And I'm like, two things. Number one, I was using the trailer as an example because the article was trying to say that that the whole setting of Warhammer 40k is nothing but satire, and I was using the current trailer for Warhammer to show the grit and harsh reality of it, to say this has gone beyond just satire at this point. So that's what I was using the trailer to prove. He goes looking for a trailer, finds the wrong trailer, finds a trailer for a mobile game, and tries to claim that I'm lying about which trailer I'm using. I'm like, first I never said which trailer I'm using, but second, it doesn't matter if it is for a mobile game. The trailer is still displaying the Imperium in a very dark and gritty way, which goes counter to their point. So it's like, whether I never said what trailer it was. The point that I was making from the trailer remained.
What I love is that was the trailer for like 9th edition. Like, just the game in general, the tabletop game.
Yeah, I know, but...
They're like, so you're such a Warhammer buff, you don't even recognize the...
Well, what I love is he said that he'd only watched 5 minutes of my video
Before he decided...
and then decided to stream himself responding to the rest of it, and what proceeds is a 2-hour-long video that shows he does not make any arguments in any good faith.
Yep. That being said, I kind of want to create a small faction 40k that's an alliance of aliens that survive being purged by the Imperium and have banded together for survival. That's kind of the Tau.
Yep.
If you want, like, but I want the good version of that, the Far Side Enclave. Get a guy with a vampire sword. That's always a good time. Fun fact about the hammer. If you roll right as it's about to disappear, the hammer glitches out, and then you get your moveset back, and you gain unblockables on everything and can't be parried. We may have to try that.
We will try that sometime.
The Imperium do not kill all Xenos. There are certain groups that they allow to even protect. Look up the orangutan guys.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Like, and it's true. The Imperium doesn't kill all Xenos, only the ones that they deem threats or incongruable with man.
Like the Felinids lived, even though they're technically just abhumans. Because someone at Games Workshop is a furry, and they're tired of hiding it. I can't help but see the Eldar as pompous idiots that created the greatest enemy out of sheer boredom. Yep, and that's why I hate the Dark Eldar, because they said, yeah, that sure was a problem. Let's keep doing that. Craftworld Eldar at least trying to do something about it, and I guess the Exodites I can't hate because they ride dinosaurs. And riding dinosaurs is fun.
I still find it sad that the one person who ever made a response video to me is so stupid I can't even do a response video back.
It's not worth the effort.
Yeah, that's my point.
I know.
He only made his response to me to get clout. He even admitted as much at the end of his video.
Yeah.
Like, how dumb are you that you actually have to admit at the end of your video, I hope I can get some clout for this?
Yeah.
How dumb are you?
Yeah.
But no one's talking about that, so move on.
Yep, Raven, I hate how the Eldar complain about their suffering when they're the ones that, if the main reason why Chaos is as much of a threat as it is. Like, whenever you created a fourth Satan. Like,
Yeah.
How do y'all deal with weaving stories into already made stories like For Honor?
I do it very carefully and with respect to the lore.
Yep. You gotta look for occasionally gaps in the lore where you can sort of fill in. Sometimes you just work off of inspiration. Just try not to mess with what's already canon. Is that like a Majin Buu?
I don't know what that is. It's something.
It sure is something. Let nobody say it's not something. Do the Eldar sex a Chaos God? I'm not so good with it. Yes!
Basically, what the Eldar did was they were the dominant race in the galaxy for a while, so they basically gave themselves over to debauchery and lust and sex and murder and stealing until they basically literally became murder hobos so vehemently that they literally murder fucked a Chaos God into existence, and the explosion of warp energy created the massive hole in the galaxy called the Eye of Terror. So yeah.
Yep, and then...
Okay, guys, this is going to be the last match of the night. Last match of the night, so if you want to get us ranting about something, now's the time.
Alright, I have a question that you might make a writing room video on in the future. How do you deal with writer's block?
Lots of ways, but I'll probably make that into a video.
Stealing paintings, I think. That's what Madarame did, right?
Yes, that's exactly what Madarame did. Don't you know? Oh my gosh, I haven't played a Wulin all evening. I need to get a Wulin going.
When was the last time you played Shaolin?
Let's go Shaolin. Let's go Baoshin.
Shaolin with Baoshin.
Baoshin. Raven, what are your thoughts on Clone High? Never heard of it. Will you stream Starfield when it comes out? Maybe. Whoa!
Never forget, Orc Columbo.
Whoa. One more thing. Raven and Lark, thoughts on the Wonka trailer? It looks... like, here's the thing. I'm sick of these prequel movies. Okay, so here's the thing. The Wonka trailer. It looks charming. It looks like they were trying to be very charming and whimsical with it, which is fine. But they're missing a lot of points. For example, he already made candy that makes people float. here's the thing. Wonka couldn't have made anything that supernatural just yet because when people went into his factory in the original, no one expected any of the supernatural stuff they found there. No one expected it. They were all blown away by the supernatural candies and things they saw. So if he was already making supernatural candies that make people float, then that doesn't make sense. Secondly, what's with the little black girl that's hanging out with him? Like, I mean, I'm not against the fact that she's black. I'm just, why is the girl with her? Like, why is she there? Was his goal in making the chocolate factory just to entertain this girl? I hate stories where they take a character that we're supposed to love and somehow make him a simp to another character. Like, basically, Indiana Jones and this new bitch, and Wonka and this girl, like, and Luke Skywalker and Rey. It's just, we have this beloved character that we know, love, and respect. Let's add in a token female person of color, what have you, to show them up in everything they do.
By the way, Jack, I was just, by the way, here's your extra $1 and some more, so you just dropped 2 ducks in.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
You didn't have to do that, but thank you.
Well, save some of y'all's money for, the 20th, because the 20th I am doing the stream, boys and girls.
Yep, save some money for that new.
She's supposed to be Charlie, but woke. Wait, she's Charlie? That little black girl is Charlie? What?
I think that means Charlie stand-in. That better mean just.
That better mean just the Charlie stand-in, because if that's actually supposed to be Charlie, not only does that break the continuity of the book, but it.
Roald Dahl will have a thing to say about that if he was still alive.
Stop ruining my childhood!
I'm horrified that the Oompa Loompas in the trailer say the song plays they must sing and dance.
No! The song playing of the Oompa Loompas was charming and cute. You didn't know why they did it. I never thought that it was just, oh, we have to do it.
And that is the quintessential Hollywood lacking any creativity, so they must destroy what came before just to make a quick buck. I don't even think they're trying to destroy necessarily this. I think they just want to, but you're right, they don't have any ideas, so yeah, let's just go. It's like when Disney used to make, animated sequels for everything, and then they switched over to making live-action remakes of everything, and now, yeah, we need a prequel for Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, even though we really don't. We really, really don't. Get some original ideas, please. Just for once. Could you come up with something new?
Well, I always liked the idea that Wonka came up with everything himself. Because think about, in the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, like in the original story, Willy Wonka wanted to bring Charlie in to be the new owner of the factory because he knew that he was going to die one day and he needed a child to run things because an adult would just want to do things their way. And I always thought that that meant that he must have started it as a child himself, or at least had a childlike wonderment that allowed him to do all the things he wanted to do. So why have another child get it started for him? But whatever.
Yeah. I just hope they turn Charlie into a replacement for his new character.
Like, why do you want to... it's the same reason I don't like Miles Morales. It's the same reason. It's just a person of color / female / gay / Muslim / what have you. Just take your token, insert it into the story of a beloved character, and have them talk down to or outshine the character in every way. In terms of power, in terms of morals, in terms of direction. It pisses me off to no end. It infuriates me. It drives me ballistic. If Charlie is now this little black girl, I am going to lose my shit because they're going to make her perfect in every way without a single flaw, without a single... Just screw that. Then you got Rey, can't stand her. Then you got Miles Morales, can't stand him. I actually had a person who came to me in one stream. I don't know if anyone was there for that. If you were there for that, you may remember it. Who tried to argue with me that Miles was that Miles was fine. That people enjoy his movie. I'm glad people enjoy his movies. That's fine. They're free to. I think he's a terrible character. He is the definition of a token character who exists to do one thing and one thing only: replace Peter Parker and be better than him. That's what it is. Let's not look at the movie. Let's not look at the movie. I haven't seen the movie, so I can't talk on it. I'm just going to look at what they did with him in the 2 games. Spider-Man and the new Spider-Man that's coming out. What are Miles Morales' flaws that he has to work through? Those of you who played the Spider-Man game, the newest one, what are his flaws that he has to work through? What does he have to figure out? Pretty much nothing, I would say. Pretty much nothing. Like, he loses his father, that's sad. He goes through a bit of depression, that's sad. But then he doesn't have any issues or problems or make any mistakes. And then in the second one, it's going to be Peter who gives into his Venom side, which is fine. He did in the comics. That makes sense. But it's going to be Miles who saves him. I bet money on it. Not Mary Jane who saves him. Not even a return of Dr. Octavius. Wouldn't it be so interesting if Dr. Octavius somehow saved Peter from himself? Wouldn't that be a twist? Don't know how he'd do it, but still, that'd be a twist. But no, it's going to be Miles, because Miles is our Spider-Man.
I don't mind if he does that. I just mind if Peter hangs up the mask after.
I respectfully disagree with Miles after watching Into Across the Spider-Verse. Like I said, I wasn't talking about the movies. I have not watched the movies. I don't really have any interest in watching the movies. If he's good and well-written in the movies, that's fine. I'm glad he's well-written and done well in the movies. But I find that the very existence of Miles, is just to outshine Peter Parker. He has more powers than Peter. He has a different role than Peter. And in most iterations where Peter and Miles are in the same thing, he's better than Peter or helps Peter out when Peter doesn't need it. And I'm kind of like, you don't exist as your own character. You exist to be a better Peter Parker. Check out the Snow White thing, please. All right. Sure. I'll check it out. What, right now? I'm kind of in the middle of something.
We'll do it later. Wait, so the new black girl is the lead that Wonka listens to and get all the magical ideas from. Doesn't that make the token character that magical minority trope that they all hate? Well, that's just the thing, because they claim they hate tokens, but they beg for them with the thing of diversity. They just don't call it tokenism anymore.
But yeah, I hate it.
Yeah. What's your favorite Tom and Jerry movie?
I don't have a favorite Tom and Jerry.
None of our movies. We just will enjoy the original shorts.
I love the original Tom and Jerry show. Like, that was it. I enjoyed the original.
Just saying Tom and Jerry go nuclear on each other was always hilarious. What do you think of Command & Conquer Faction Nod? I don't know anything about them.
Speaking of Spider-Man, can I say that Tom Holland's either a good Peter Parker or Spider-Man? Tom Holland suffered from the fact that he was in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I don't think he performed badly in what he was trying to do. I think he was his own unique thing. But I think what really hurt him is he shared the spotlight with Tony Stark, Steve Rogers, and all these other Marvel actors who basically dragged him into their world, who dragged him into their stories. And I've never liked Spider-Man when you have to shove other characters from other IPs into his world. I want Spider-Man to be his own thing. And because of that, I think it pissed a lot of people off. Because basically for a while, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been trying to sell itself as more adult and more mature and more grounded. So that's why they've done a lot of stuff with Iron Man and all that kind of stuff to give like more adult heroes. And then we have Peter Parker as from Tom Holland, who is very childish, very goofy, very kid-like, very immature. And people are like, we don't like that. We don't like that because he's too goofy, he's too silly, he's too childish. He's just basically a baby fighting with adults. And I'm like, a couple things. First of all, you need to remember the original Spider-Man was a high school student to start off with. So it makes total sense that he would act like a high school student, a very nerdy, shy high school student. I think that makes a lot of sense. The problem is you've put him in the Marvel Cinematic Universe where everyone's an adult. And so we can't help but look down on him and say, gosh, you're just nothing like Tony Stark or all these other characters that we like, you know? So I think that he was coming into a losing battle. If I look at him on his own, like as a Spider-Man on his own, I think he's fine. I don't think he's my favorite. He's certainly not my favorite. I would say that Tobey Maguire is still my favorite. Andrew Garfield is okay. I just didn't watch all of his movies. I only watched the first one, and it was good. It was okay. I didn't like him all that much, but he was fine. I just prefer Tobey Maguire.
Honestly, I think Andrew Garfield, acting chops aside, I think he looks the most like what I would imagine Peter Parker to look like. That's just my own headcanon.
If you say so. I mean, I'm not gonna take that away from you. That's just the way you see it, but I just don't see it that way.
Yeah. Oh, Raven, historical question from a visual novel series I was watching. Were there any famous knights that were better known for archery than swordsmanship?
King Richard the Lionheart was supposedly quite the accomplished archer.
Though he was also known for swordsmanship, so...
But, yeah, like, I don't know many knights who are more known for their archery.
Unless you want to go with the... It's not historical, but you could argue in some versions of the story Robert of Locksley was knighted. Your opinion on live-action Jack and the Giant Beanstalk?
I haven't seen that.
Oh, we know of Jack the Giant Killer.
Jack the Giant Killer. He kills giants and then he goes home to... No, I'm not going to sing the rest of that.
Oh, gosh.
Jack the Giant Killer is such a...
It's like a 60s
it's such movie. A corny movie.
It is corny as can be, but it's fun to make
It is so much fun to make fun of. It is so much fun to make fun of.
What do you think of World War Z? The movie
or the book? The book is...
different things.
The book is fascinating. The movie is dog shit.
Yeah, I adore the book. I have read and reread that thing like 3 separate times. But I refuse to watch the movie because it is not based off of the book at all. And therefore not worth my time. I don't know off the top of my head, Chuck. Yes, I know of the Internet Historian. I've watched maybe 1 or 2 of his videos, but that's it. Yeah, nobody liked the movie except, ironically, for Max Brooks, and he likes it solely because it's not like his book, so it's like, I don't have to worry about them butchering my characters. Very interesting. World War Z should have been a series. Honestly, if they had done that, like, because since the book is written as an anthology, it would have made more sense to do it as
I remember when I wrote a zombie story.
Hell yes, I do. I still love the fact that the zombie outbreak originally started in the Nika riots. That's just... I love that stuff.
It didn't originally start there, but that was just the first noted one.
Indeed.
Yes, I wrote my own zombie story, Reanimated. I like that story.
How dare you like something you write. Imagine watching the Battle of Yonkers played out faithfully. Oh. Imagine them taking back, like, the episode when they would start taking back the United States played out faithfully.
Have you ever thought of streaming Genshin? Pumpkin, let me ask you a serious question. And this can go to my chat, too. Y'all can answer this, but I want this to go to Pumpkin specifically. Who would watch me stream Genshin?
Hannah.
Aside from Hannah, since we play it together all the time. But no, I'm serious. Who would watch me stream Genshin Impact? Who would watch that? Like, that's the thing. I may enjoy Genshin, but no one would want to watch me stream that.
Next, you're going to tell me people stream Fortnite.
Isn't Genshin Chinese spyware? I think that's a lot of conspiracy theory.
No, I believe TikTok is spyware, though.
Well, I think that at this point, we just like to call everything some kind of spyware from China.
No, we can sometimes call it malware.
Well, people have said that the Wu Lin are spyware from China. No, I've heard someone say that!
Yes, the Canadians are sending in Chinese spyware. What's your favorite character in the Boondocks?
I haven't watched that much.
I'm gonna get hate for this, but Uncle Ruckus makes me laugh every time.
Uncle Ruckus is hysterical.
I also like the Granddad. You said that about Persona 5. Yeah, but the thing is,
I did, but Persona 5
is fun to make fun of.
It's fun to make fun of, and it's a linear story, so it's very easy to jump on and carry on a story. Genshin does have a story, but...
You can't, like, restart it. I mean, hypothetically, you could set up a new account, but no. Absolutely not.
Plus, keep in mind, Genshin's a gacha game. The whole idea is you use various characters to complete puzzles and solve and fight enemies, and your goal is to get enough credits to try to buy more characters, which is fine in and of itself, but it's not exactly strong viewing material. Raven, would you stream Command and Conquer Tiberium? Well, no, I've never heard of it.
Yep.
Sorry for being late. What's the amazing creature on the thumbnail? I explained that at the beginning, bro. You gotta come on time.
We all have a love-to-hate relationship with Uncle Ruckus. That's fair.
But the creature on the thumbnail, that is Alien Claire.
Aliens!
Hannah wanted to create her own unique alien.
Hey, Raven, quick question. Like how you said with Apollyon coming back, what do you think about the Emperor's Champion coming back, seeing Astria? That's a good question. What has the Emperor's Champion been doing all this time?
I don't know. They never talk about what happened to the Emperor's Champion.
Oh, well, of course. Hang that right now. I got the rope right here.
I love... Okay, again, this is going to get a lot of hate. I love the episode where they call an Uncle Ruckus to do the exorcism of an N-word. Like, and just the way he plans to exorcise him is the funniest shit I've ever seen. I can't even repeat what he says live because this I will get destroyed for it.
Stinkman is the one that possesses.
It is the funniest. Oh, there's powerful imagery in here.
He may say words he does not understand. He may
even begin to rap. and then the things, we must use the gifts the white God has given us to battle the cross, the planting, the job application. And then when he goes in like oh yeah, read it, and then hold up my book.
and just Stinkman's voice. It's like, it's your testicles and no shaft. What happened to your shaft, Ron?
Oh, there's powerful victory in here. It is so wrong, but I love it. It is just so hilarious.
What I love is the voice actor for Uncle Ruckus is actually dressed up as him on several occasions because he loves doing him so much.
And that's the thing. I'm kind of like, this is so hilarious, but if any other show did it, the media would call it racist. I'm like, it's hysterical. It's hysterical. Yeah, and like, I think it's so funny. I don't like everything the Boondocks does, but that is hysterically funny.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. The whole thing. Ruckus and Stinkmeyer should have had their own pseudo-religious priestly demon hunter spin-off. I would watch the hell out of that. I love how Uncle Ruckus thinks he's not black. And I love when he gets to the result, you are 102% African with 2% margin for error. It's my headcanon that the Orochi and Warmonger's trailer is the Emperor's Champion, which is why Lord Warden Nopes have E4.
Well, anyway, that was the last match of the night. Let's go through our stuff, make sure that we fix all of our characters up. So this is your last chance to ask any questions or get us ranting, so go for it, guys. This is your last chance.
AR Lark meets Uncle Ruckus. Oh, that'd be hilarious. Hey, Lark, you should do a Lamentations video on a Fallout 4 faction, but have the mod where you're running Halo armor the entire time. I might do it with the Mass Effect armor at some point, or if I can find a mod that had the Black Templar armor. Another random question, but do you think that the future season of For Honor will be potentially based on Lovecraft?
No, I don't see that happening.
No.
I do not see that happening.
Hey, Raven, I watched a video recently, and the video says that, I'm going to try and say it properly, that God grant the one chosen to marry us a shared soul. Is there a thing to share a soul?
What?
I've never heard of sharing a soul, but I've heard, like, sort of like become like one body. But
I would need to hear it myself. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, but we'd have to look at the thing.
We'd have to hear the video itself to understand what's being said.
Uh-huh. What weapon will the Aztec have? Probably a Maquito sword club. Hey, Raven, do you prefer male or female superheroes and why?
I prefer original superheroes.
Honestly, it could go either way. Cause
Like, there are some female superheroes that I adore. There are male superheroes that I adore.
like, everybody loves Batman.
Like, Batman's awesome, Wonder Woman's awesome. I do not like a hero just because of what gender they are. It's not like I sit there going, oh, a new superhero movie's coming out. Is it male? Like, I don't do that. I go, is it good? Is it original? Is it unique? Or is it just tokenizing a pre-existing character? I think it would work like this. If they made a new movie about Batman, but they made it a black woman, I'd say, screw it, I'm not watching it. But in the same vein, if they made a movie about Vixen and made it a white man, I'd say, screw it, I'm not watching it. Because that takes away the awesomeness that is Vixen.
Will there be
There needs to be a Vixen movie.
a Vixen?
A good one.
Will there be a Lark's Lamentations and the Grey Wardens? I've talked about doing maybe a Lamentations on the Chantry, but honestly, I would have to do all 3 games to get a proper look at that, so I guess I could do Grey Wardens in the meantime. I'll add it to the list. Ravenlark, in both of your opinions, what fictional or historical hero would y'all like added with a cool move of your choosing? Rajput.
Rajput, and I want there to be a really awesome aura coiled sword.
Even if it's just a feat.
That'd be sick.
Lord Raven, I come to with a question of characters. When shall the Impaler return to the front lines?
I haven't decided yet.
I want a Polynesian hero. That'd be cool. Huh. By the way, Raven, your vid with Ultar and Ruth was my favorite one by far.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I had a lot of fun writing that. But I think most people like it just because it connected to Havoc. That's probably a large part of it.
Who's this Havoc? I like Ruth. But that's just me. What faction will you cover next? I'm currently, I've finished my getting the footage for the Minutemen run through. So I'm now in the script writing process. And after that, we'll release a poll. I know most of you are probably going to want me to cover the Institute next, but I'm going to take a break from Fallout 4 before we jump back into that. When does the Ruth and Ultor story take place?
Takes place not long after Ruth's own story.
Raven and Lark, what's your favorite medieval weapon and why?
I've always really liked the longsword, and I like spears. Spears are cool.
I like long swords, and I like the pole axe.
Pole axe is sick.
It's an axe on a pole. It's not the like. Hey Raven, how would you go through a For Honor High / DVD Hooked on You story?
I'm still working that out. It's taking time to draft out that concept.
Haven't seen Lark's streams about Fallout 4. No, they're Lark's Lamentations. They're not streams. I might do a stream of Fallout 4 later, but the all the Fallout 4 videos are Lamentations. Ironically, there's only 2. I prefer the Gladius. That's less medieval.
Hey,
more.
if you like it.
I own a Gladius, so I can't judge you for that. Hey Raven, if you could make a story about an orc, how would you do it? Would you make the orc a WoW-like orc, or make them like a typical evil rating orc?
Probably more like a WoW-like orc, because if it's just an evil rating orc, especially if it's just a regular evil rating orc, there's not a lot to explore there. So yeah, I'd probably go more for a D&D or WoW style orc.
I'd probably go for more of an Elder Scrolls kind of thing.
Let's keep going.
Yep. Are you ever going to play Fire Emblem? We don't own the game, so...
Don't have the game, so probably not.
Once in a Skyrim run where my orc joined the Stormcloaks. Intriguing. Ravenlork, what is your favorite fantasy race?
Centaurs.
Centurions? Yes,
Centaurs for me.
The Roman, my favorite fantasy race.
Centaurs are my favorite.
Lizard men. Because lizard men riding dinosaurs will never not be cool.
Admittedly, that is cool.
I like me a good lizard man. Not that I dislike elves, centaurs, or dwarves, or anything like that, but lizard men are just kind of different, and I like that. Dead Island 2 stream? Maybe, one day.
Eventually.
Ready for the any more action this time around? Ooh, good to hear that, Jack.
I had a thought of a way to get rant, but I'm pretty sure you've gone off about Peter Darker.
Yeah, we already did that.
We did that a little earlier, but if you have something new to bring to the table, I'll take it. But just bring it soon, because we're about done.
Wizard Lizards riding Thunder Lizards is always a cool fight for me. Honestly, if that's the case, then what we need to do is we need to just save the rant for tomorrow.
Well, we're going to be doing Mass Effect tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little harder to rant in that one.
Nah, we can do it.
Well, there's a lot of talking in Mass Effect, is the thing.
Indeed. Would you guys play Left 4 Dead, and what would you think? Have you guys played Left 4 Dead, and what did you think of it? I played it with a buddy, but I didn't play through the whole story. We just ran through and shot zombies because we were having fun.
Hey Raven, apparently the prisoner finally talked. Yes, I heard. Mal sent me the footage of his voice lines. I already gave my translation. Yes, I translated the voice lines and told Mal what he actually said. It's on my Discord.
I believe he said copyright 1983, all rights reserved. Have you ever played Ark Survival Evolved?
Nope.
Yep, and I'm not playing it again.
Lame.
By the way, happy to see the new video on the Spirit and Night. Thoughts on the Singularity and Nick Cage being in DVD? That's my birthday present. Yeah, Nick Cage gets released in DVD on my birthday, so...
That'll be interesting.
I expect... listen, if you have the Nick Cage from now on, you better not run any other Survivor. I better see nothing but Nick Cages. I love this, like, oh, we picked a character Nick Cage plays. No, it's just Nicolas Cage. Glorious. Hey, Raymond, have you seen Soul Eater?
Yes, I have.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it.
Whew.
Not about Peter Darker, but did you see that Superman anime that came out?
Oh, it's not really...
I haven't watched the episode yet. It was sent to me, but I've heard good things.
Like, some people don't like the art style, and I understand. My hesitancy is every time I see that art style, I know there's going to be some funky stuff going on. But I'm going to withhold judgment until I actually see it. Raven, what's your favorite race in Tolkien's world? Oh.
Elves or humans. Humans are highly underrated.
I'm going to go humans. Humanity for the win. And you might go, but the hobbits, hobbits are technically humans. They're just a variant. Personally, I really like this version of Lois Lane. You like Tomboy Lois? I'm not going to judge you. I feel you. I feel you there, Natural King. I like the Rohirrim. Honestly, though, yes. Thoughts on the Napoleon trailer?
I liked it.
I'm a fan, personally. Since they have an Oni samurai and the knights have a knight in Dead by Daylight, they must add a Draugr Viking to balance it out.
Huntress kind of counts.
I suppose.
She's Russian, so the Kievan Rus uses an axe as her weapon.
Mm-hmm. I also need something Chinese for the roulette.
Yeah, they need a Chinese.
Maybe a hopping vampire.
Mm.
I want to be a fantasy lizard. We all want to be a fantasy lizard.
I want to be a fantasy lizard.
No, I want to be the rarest of all Pepes and moo while I zap people with lightning. Lord Croak, anyone? Some more into that Superman and Lois are Guts and Casca, and I don't think I need to go into why that makes me very... Yeah, no, I get that. I get it. I feel you. They've been like, what does happen when someone repents and sins again?
Well, that's going to be an obvious. Like, here's the thing. People have this thought in Christian teaching that once you accept Christ and repent from your sins, you'll just never sin again. And that's why a lot of people say that they can't be Christians, because it's like, I can't be perfect, and Christianity expects perfection. And it doesn't. That's a misconception. You're going to sin again. That's just going to happen, because you're not perfect. You're going to make mistakes. I've made plenty of mistakes, even though I've already accepted Christ. Like, I've made a lot of mistakes. You're going to sin again. But the fact is, you no longer desire sin. You no longer seek sin. You work to avoid it. See, without God, you have no reason not to sin. Without God, it's like, why wouldn't I need to sin? Why shouldn't I do wrong? Why shouldn't I break the law? Why shouldn't I do what I want? Like, think about it like this. You might say, oh, come on, I don't need God not to murder. Well, that's a very extreme one. Let's try another one. How about, I don't need God not to steal. I don't need God not to cheat on a test. I don't need God not... Now, that's a little bit different. See, that's the thing. When God is functioning in your life, you no longer desire these things. Will you? You might. You might fall into bad habits. You might desire it. You might say, oh, man, I really do feel like I need to do this, and then you do it. But that does not mean that you're no longer saved. It means that you need to ask... God has forgiven you for all your sins, past, present, and future. Being saved in Christ means that all of your sins are forgiven. It doesn't mean that you keep sinning. It doesn't mean that you say, okay, well, I got that, now I can do whatever I want. No. You actively seek Christ, even though you know you can't reach it, you know? It's not like you try to emulate God in all things, and you won't do it perfectly all the time. But by seeking Christ, that is the beginning of wisdom. That is the beginning of the right path. Hey, Raven, how do you and Lord feel about Assassin's Creed being canon and For Honor? It's not.
How does that work?
It's not.
Hey, Raven, I just want to thank you for inspiring me to write my own stories.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay Allen.
Okay, guys, last few questions and we gotta go.
All right, hey, Raven and Lark, what do you think about what most people get wrong about God?
I think most people get wrong... There are lots of things that people get wrong about God. It's hard to pick just one thing. Lots of people like to argue that God is unfair, unfeeling, and vengeful. He is not. Lots of people get that wrong about God. They think that God expects perfection, that God is unfair because he sends people to hell, and that God is unfeeling because he won't let people live the way they want to. And that's not the case. It's far more complex than that, and that may be the subject of, I don't know if I'm going to do that Bible study series I was talking about. I've had some mixed responses about whether or not I do that.
If you do, you should probably do it on the armor of God.
Well, maybe I will. Maybe that might be a fun one to start on. But when it comes to God, starting with the aspect that God is unfair because, oh, how could a loving God send people to hell? You're already bound for hell. That was not a God thing. That was a man thing. Man is bound for hell. God is providing the way out. Then, of course, they say, well, how could God allow bad things to happen in the world? If he's a just and loving God, how come bad things happen? We live in a fallen world. This is not God's world. God may have made it, but it is corrupted and fallen, and we live in it. Bad things happen in this fallen world. It is because of our rebellion against God and because of our desire to go our own way that bad things often happen. And then people say, well, if he has all the power, why doesn't he just stop the bad things from happening? It's like you're making it sound like God's patience with us is equivalent of inaction. It is not. God is patient with us. He provides us a path to follow, and we choose whether or not we follow that path. Sometimes we misinterpret what he says, and sometimes we ignore what he says altogether, which can lead us down a wrong path. But that does not mean that God is somehow... Like, one person tried to make the argument, why doesn't God just stop war? And I go, why do people choose war? How long, how many times, like, I think that's the ultimate joke in this world. An atheist will love to blame God for all the bad in this world without stopping to think, where does humanity fall into that, you know? Mm-hmm. But anyway, that's a much longer discussion. We don't have time for that. So last two questions and I'm going to go.
All right. Do you think Nick Cage should have been a killer instead of a survivor?
He could have gone either way for me.
I think we should have gotten both. He should have been the first that could have gone either way. So that way we could have Nick Cage killing Nick Cage. Favorite Marine faction from the Imperium of Man? I'm a clueless Warhammer noob. Black Templars.
Yeah, I would say the same.
How many missions are left in Mass Effect 2? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I do not know. What time is Sunday stream? Probably 8:30.
Normal time.
Unless something changes, in which case I'll announce it on Discord. You sound tired, Lark.
Yep, long day.
All right, last question.
Lark, why do you want to be a lazy frog when you could be a dragon born with wizard magic? Because Lord Croak is a WMD in bandages. Like, if you've ever played Militia Man campaign in Warhammer 2, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, here, this can be it. Like, everyone, like, what is your favorite dinosaur movie?
Land Before Time.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park is awesome, but Land Before Time was my childhood.
Yes, indeed. I'm just saying. Honestly, it's like I remember like a lot of the other like sequels to Land Before Time, and I just remember binge watching them as a kid.
I remember the first one.
Yeah, like remember when they found like.
Yeah, I remember
T-Rex,
I remember the sequels. I just know the first one.
The first one is always the best, but
the first one was incredible. All right. Well, I think that is it. I want to thank you guys so much for watching tonight. This was a lot of fun. Had some good times. Had some good matches. We did a great mini. Here's what's going to happen. Tomorrow is Saturday, and as always on Saturday, we'll do our Mass Effect stream. Sunday, we will probably do another For Honor stream while the limited time event is going on so that we can capitalize on it. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, Lark and I will be almost completely unavailable because there's a lot of work being done in our apartment. But Thursday, we can all but confirm that we will be doing the live response to the Warrior's Den. We will be here for that. Unless, and God forbid it happens, but unless they still haven't finished our apartment by Thursday. So look forward to that coming up next week. Thank you guys so much for staying with us. And as always, we will see you in our next video. Take care.
Have a good one, fellas.